What's up, Robert? I'm gonna get to the chat. Give me a second. I'm setting this up still. Getting the phone ready. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the chair ready so I can get this going. Can't tell where the camera is without the chair out. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's see. All right. That's the way we want it. Oh no. Hold up. I gotta fix this. Let's see. Let me get this fixed. Hold up. The camera's off. Here we go. All right. Oh my goodness. Let's get this set up here. All right, let me look at the chat real quick. How am I? I'm doing well. The GOAT, what's up? I know, I've been missing you guys. Finally got some spin art to do. Got a lot to catch up on. How are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me okay? We haven't done it in so long, this paint's just peeling off here. What the heck? This is crazy. All right. You guys can't hear me? What do you mean, no? If you couldn't hear me, you wouldn't say no. All right, guys. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys, let's do some countries. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's get countries going. What's up, Jazz? We're gonna start off with England. All right, guys, I'm new to the whole monetization thing, so I don't even know what it looks like for, hold up. All right. Here we go, here we go. We got England going. I have a little list here. I'm just gonna go through this list. I'll take some more requests. So, here we go. What's up, Nushi? How you doing? I see Mexico. Let's get Mexico added. We got Japan. All right, here we go, here we go. Your country's USA. All right, guys, here we go, here we go. Guys, I'm only doing spin art for subscribers. You have to let me know if you're a subscriber, and then I will try to do a spin art for you. Let's see, hold up. I don't even know what this gold thing is. Here, let's try this. This is new. Guys, what is this goal thing? I don't even know. Hold up. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here you go, England. There you go. There you go. All right, there you are. All right, coming up next is USA. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of red and some blue. And some white. Guys, at 50 likes, we'll do one lucky subscriber. We'll get their very own fan spin art. They'll get their name on it. Right now, we're just doing countries. Let's go. The white does not want to go. We're going to do red and blue. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, USA. There we go. There we go. All right, next up is going to be, let's see. Netherlands, I got you, Netherlands. Let's go. All right, Netherlands. Let's go, let's go. All right. There we go. It's going to be a little bit of yellow and some red. And we'll get a little bit of blue in there for Netherlands. Here we go. Let's get this one spinning. Let's go, let's go. All right, guys. How we doing? Guys, I can't tell what's coming in, what's not. I don't know what if super chats or gifts are coming in. I have no clue because I'm on my iPad. So if you send one, let me know. I'm going to try to look for it. All right. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. All right. Netherlands. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right. Let's take some countries down. Let's go. All right, guys. At 50 likes, one lucky subscriber will have a chance for their very own fan spin art. Germany. Until then, we are just doing countries. All right, Germany, I got you added. All right, you know what? We'll do Puerto Rico. You have to be subscribed to get your country done. So you have to let me know if you're a subscriber or not. So, I don't know if you're a subscriber unless you tell me. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's get these ones started for the subscribers. Let's do Puerto Rico. All right, here we go. Here we go. Blue and red. Let's go. Puerto Rico. Let's get it spinning. All right. All right. There we go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. All right, let's take a look at Puerto Rico. All right, Puerto Rico. There you go. Hope you enjoy. All right, next up is going to be a USA. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Canada. Thank you for subscribing. I have just added Canada to the list. Let's go. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's let this one spin. Happy birthday. You subscribe. Thank you so much. Guys, at 50 likes, we will do a lucky subscriber spin art at 50 likes. All right, here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. USA. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Next up is going to be Germany and then Canada. My bad. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I did Puerto Rico. All right. Let's go. Let's actually do a red for Germany with some yellow. Here we go. Let's get that one spinning. All right. Guys, I need to grab something sharp because the paint's getting stuck. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right, guys, I am back. I just have to grab the paint. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Paint just keeps getting stuck. Let's go. Let's take a look. All right, Germany. There you go. There you go. All right. All right, next up is going to be a Canada. Let's go. All right. All right, Canada. Let's do some red and some black. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Next up is me, Cape Verde. Here we go. Awesome, guys. All right, guys. Canada. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Next up is going to be Cape Verde. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Let's get this one started right now. Here we go. Blue and white. There we go. Let's get that one rolling. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. I'm going to move on to some bigger paper. All right. Let me take down some names for subscribers. I see a Jamaica for a subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. You've been a subscriber, so thank you. Thank you. All right. Serbia. All right. Netherlands. All right, here we go. Here we go. Guys, I'm going to do a lucky subscriber at 50 likes. Right now, we are just doing countries. Cape Verde. There you go. There you go. All right. If someone sends a super chat, you can get your name done before that. That is the only way. All right. New Zealand. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. New Zealand. Let's get it going. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Guys, remember to tell me if you're a subscriber, and then we can do your country. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. New Zealand. There you are. There you are. I hope you enjoy. All right, guys. Next up is going to be Jamaica. All right, guys. In 4 likes, I will choose 1 lucky subscriber. So, and 4 likes, all you have to do is comment. Let me know you're a subscriber. And if you're subscribed, you have a chance to win lucky subscriber spin art. Here we go. Here we go. All right. You're subscribed. You want Philippines. All right, I got you. Thank you so much, Philippines, for being subscribed. Let's get you at it. Here we go. All right. Jamaica. There you go. There you go. All right. Coming up next is going to be Serbia. Let's go, Serbia. All right. Let's do blue and red. All right. No one said Spain for today, but Spain is going to the World Cup final. All right. We are going to add Spain. No one has said it, but I'm going to add it. Aw, you love bacon. Nice, nice, nice. All right, guys, I'm going to choose 1 subscriber right now, so you have to be subscribed. I'm going to choose 1 of you guys. So, after I finish Netherlands, I'm going to choose 1 subscriber for lucky subscriber spin art. Don't worry, we're going to do another one at 100 likes. Here we go, here we go. All right, Serbia. There you go, there you go. Awesome. Next up is the Netherlands. All right, let's go, Netherlands. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to choose 1 lucky subscriber after this one. So all you have to do is be subscribed, comment your name, and tell me you're subscribed. All right, and then we're going to do another one at 100 likes, so do not worry. But like I said, if you want yours for sure, just send a super chat, and I got you. All right, let's see, let's see. Parker, thank you so much for being a subscriber. You have 1 lucky subscriber spin art. Thank you, Parker. Here we go, here we go. All right, Netherlands, there you are, there you are. If you send a super chat, let me know, because I don't know if I can see it or not. I have not had one on the iPad. I've only done it on my phone, so I don't know if I can see it because I'm on my iPad, so let me know if you send one. All right, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Let's go, guys. All right, let's take a look at this one. All right, Mr. Parker. There you go. There you go. All right. Awesome. Next up is going to be the Philippines. Guys, don't worry. At 100 likes, I'm going to choose another lucky subscriber for lucky subscriber spin art. Until then, we are doing countries just from subscribers. Just to let me know if you're a subscriber and then the country you want. All right, here we go. Here we go. USA. All right, I got you. USA, you are added. Do not worry. Thank you, Hannah, for being subscribed. Australia, thank you for being a subscriber. I got you added. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Ireland, let's get you added as well. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Gamer, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that, actually. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Philippines, there you go. There you go. All right, next up is going to be Spain. World. Going to the World Cup. España. All right, let's get it going. They just beat France today. I could not believe it. What a game. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Here we go. USA, you are coming up next. I got you. Do not worry. All right. Thank you, Hannah, for subscribing. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Spain. There you go. There you go. Welcome to the World Cup. All right. I see Poland. Poland, if you're subscribed, I'll do it. You got to let me know if you're subscribed. All right, here we go, here we go. And Romania, same thing with you. You gotta let me know if you're subscribed. All right, and Mexico, you gotta let me know. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, let's go. USA, there we go, there we go. Awesome, awesome. Next one's USA. We just did USA though. Hold up. Australia, let's go. Australia. Let's get a little bit of yellow with some pink. All right. Let's go, let's go. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Let's let it spin. You subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, let's get Poland added real quick. Poland. You've been added to the list. Let's go, Poland. Oh, England. Let me know if you subscribed. I got you. All right, Australia. There you go. There you go. All right, Ireland. I think we got to do a little bit of green with some white for Ireland. Let's go. At 100 likes, I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art. That will be it in our lucky subscriber spin art game. All right, Scotland. Let's get you added. Thank you so much, Scotland, for being a subscriber. All right, Brazil. All right, let's get you added as well. I see a Mexico. All right, Mexico. Thank you so much, Mexico. Here we go. Here we go. Gotta be subscribed, guys. Gotta let me know. All right. Here we go. Norway. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. At 100 likes, we're gonna choose a lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game. Ireland. There you go. All right. Next up, USA. Until then, we are just doing countries. So all you gotta do is let me know you're subscribed and let me know your country. I'm only taking chats from subscribers. All right, here we go. USA, let's get it spinning. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, USA. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right, coming up next is going to be Poland. Let's go, Poland. Let's go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. You're subbed, England. All right, England, I got you. Thank you so much, England. All right, USA, you subscribe. Thank you so much. Here we go. Here we go. California subbed. All right, California, let's get you added. California, special one coming up right there. There we go. There we go. All right, let's take a look. Poland. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Next up is going to be Scotland. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Scotland. Let's get this one spinning. Guys, in 6 more likes, I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game. And then I'll do it again at 150 likes. But until then, let me know if you're a subscriber and then the country you want. All right, I'm only taking requests from subscribers. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Brazil coming up right now. Let's go. Let's get that one spinning. Let's get a little bit of green with some yellow for Brazil. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Canada, you subscribe. Thank you so much, Canada. Let me get you added to the list. Here we go. Here we go. You are added. All right. Puerto Rico, you are subscribed. Thank you so much, Puerto Rico. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at Brazil. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Brazil. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber for lucky subscriber spin art. I'm going to do it after Mexico. So put in the chat right now if you're a subscriber and your name. I'm going to choose one of you guys. And then I will do another one at 150 likes. But until then, and make sure you put your name right now so I can choose one of you guys. Here we go. Here we go. All right. It's going to be right after I take Mexico off. Right here. Here we go. Here we go. You have to be subscribed to win and to participate. Here we go. All right. Mexico. There you go. Awesome. All right, here we go, here we go. I'm going to choose my name right now. We're going to choose another one at 150 likes, too. You have to be subscribed, and it is Talon. Talon, thank you so much for being a subscriber. All right, guys, back to country. So all you have to do is say your country, and if you're a subscriber, I'm only taking requests from subscribers for countries. All right, here we go, here we go. All right. Talon, thank you so much for being a subscriber. There you go. I'm going to choose another lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game at 150 likes. Until then, I'm only taking requests from subscribers for country spin art. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's take a look at this one. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Norway. There you are. There you are. All right, let's go, England. England, you are up next. Coming up right now is England. Let's go. Let's get this one spinning. Come on now. Let's get a little bit of red with some white. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get this one spinning, guys. Here we go. Keep putting in the chat. What do you guys want next? Let's go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, England. There you are. There you are. All right, here we go. Next up is going to be a USA. Let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me look in the chat. Gonna get some more countries. Here we go. But you have to be subscribed. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I don't see subscribed ones. I just see requests with no subscribers. You gotta let me know if you're a subscriber. All right. Here we go. USA. Thank you for letting me know that you're a subscriber. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's take a look. There you go. USA. There we go. There we go. All right. Coming up next is going to be California. Let's go. Let's go. All right. A little bit of pink with some blue. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Mexico. You subscribed. All right. Here we go. Mexico subscribed. Australia subscribed. I feel like there was one more. Here we go. Here we go. Hold up. I missed in the chat. I missed it. Portugal. That's who it was. Portugal. Subscribe. Thank you so much, Portugal. All right. You three have all been added. All right. Argentina. You subscribe. Let's add you to the list real quick. All right. There we go. Here we go. Let's take a look. All right. California. There you go. There you go. All right, guys, coming up next is Canada. Hey, guys, remember, we're going to choose one lucky subscriber at 150 likes. That'll be at 150 likes. That'll be in our lucky subscriber spin our game. Here we go. Until then, we are doing countries. Canada. There you go. There you go. All right, coming up next is going to be Puerto Rico. Here we go. Here we go. Puerto Rico. Do a little bit of blue with the other blue. All right, with some red. Alright, if you want a chance to be a subscriber spin art to win, you have to be a subscriber. Guys, I'm only taking requests right now from subscribers. So if you want a chance for your country to be done, you have to be a subscriber and you have to let me know your country and that you're a subscriber. Puerto Rico, there you go, there you go. Alright, if you send a super chat, I will do your name. That will be the only exception. Alright, here we go, here we go. Taiwan. Let's get you added. All right, here we go, here we go. Let's go, let's get it added. Guys, we're gonna do a lucky subscriber spin art at 150 likes. USA, there you go, there you go. You have to be subscribed if you want to participate in lucky subscriber spin art. Until then, we're just taking requests from subscribers. You have to be a subscriber and you have to let me know and your country that you want. Here we go, here we go. Let's get that one spinning. Here we go, here we go. All right. Portugal, there you go, there you go. All right, Australia coming up next. We're gonna do a little bit of yellow for Australia with pink in the middle because they got a pink lake in Australia. All right, with that yellow, come on now, and let's get that little bit of pink in the middle because they got that pink lake. Here we go, here we go. All right, let's go, let's go. All right, Norway. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. Australia, there you are. Alright guys, at 150 likes, I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game. So if you want to participate, you have to be subscribed. I'm only taking requests right now from subscribers for our countries. Here we go, here we go. Alright, Scotland. Alright, I got you added, Scotland. Remember to let me know if you're subscribed or not. Here we go, here we go. Alright, Mexico. There you go, there you go. Alright, coming up next is going to be Argentina. Let's go, Argentina. Alright, let's get that yellow with that blue. Alright, guys, here we go, here we go. Ethan, welcome to the chat. Good to have you. I know you're a subscriber. Let's get England for Ethan. Here we go, here we go. Alright. Here we go. Argentina. There you go. That's a pretty cool one. There you go. Alright, coming up next is going to be a Taiwan. Let's go, Taiwan. Here we go. Red and blue. All right, Taiwan. Here we go. Here we go. All right, coming up next will be Norway. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Canada. Let's get Canada added. All right, guys. Guys, at 150 likes, so 10 more likes, we will choose a lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game. You have to be subscribed to participate. Taiwan. There you go. There you go. All right, Norway. Let's go. All right, what color should we do for Norway? All right, let's do a little bit of red. And then let's do some blue. for Norway. All right. Let's throw a little bit of white in there. All right, hold up. Let's do a little black. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Korea, let's get you added in here. South Korea. All right, I got you added. Here we go. Jamaica. All right, there we go. Awesome. Let's take a look at this one, guys. Here we go. Norway. There you go. All right. Scotland. Let's go, Scotland. Come on now. All right, Scotland. Let's get a little bit of black with some. All right, guys. We have hit 150 likes. That means I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber. So all you have to do is say your name and that you subscribed in the comment section. I'm going to do it after I do England. I will choose one of the names. Guys, don't worry, if you do not win, we'll do another one at 200 likes. But you have to be a subscriber to participate. Scotland, there you go. All right, I'm putting England on right now. After England's done, I'm going in the chat, and I'm choosing one lucky subscriber. Here we go. All right, awesome, guys. Here we go. All right, you have to let me know if you're subscribed or not. I am looking at the chat right now. Let's go. All right, here we go. You have to let me know if you're subscribed or not. No one's letting me know. And their name. Let's go. Hunter. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. We're going to do another one at 200 likes. So do not worry. If you did not win, just make sure you're subscribed and you can participate in the next one. All right, here we go. England, there you are. I hope you enjoy. All right, Hunter, let's get your name going. Thank you for being our lucky subscriber, Hunter. Let's get a little bit of red. A little bit of purple, man. All right, let's get this going with some orange. All right, Hunter, this will be pretty cool, man. Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to do that again at 200 likes, and you have to be a subscriber to win. Now we're going to go back to countries, and you tell me if you're a subscriber in the country you want. I'm taking requests from subscribers only. All right, New Zealand, let's go. Got you added. All right, here we go. Hunter, there you are. All right, Canada coming up right now. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of red with some black. All right, Canada. Here we go. All right, here we go. USA. All right, I got you. Thank you for being a subscriber. I'm only taking requests from subscribers. So you gotta let me know that you subscribed and then your request. All right, here we go. El Salvador. All right, I got you. All right, next up is going to be South Korea. Guys, at 200 likes, we're going to play our Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game. You have to be subscribed to participate. All right, they'll be at 200 likes, and one Lucky Subscriber will get their name done. In the meantime, we're doing countries and states. Here we go. Guys, we're only doing countries and states at 200 likes. I will choose one Lucky Subscriber in our Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game, South Korea, and they will get a Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game with their own name. All right. Guys, I'm only taking requests from subscribers. So, if you're a subscriber, put your request in the chat, and I will try to read yours. I'm only taking it from subscribers. All right, here we go. Let's get this one spinning. Here we go. All right, Jamaica. Oh, man. There we go. All right, New Zealand coming up. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of blue with some red. Here we go. All right, thank you so much, Argentina, for subscribing. I got you added. Here we go, Argentina, added to the list. All right, here we go, France, added to the list. All right, Japan, I got you. And then we're going to do the USA. That one is the next one up. Let's go. All right, here we go. New Zealand, there you go. I hope you enjoy. All right, USA coming up right now. Let's get it going. All right, let's do a little bit of red. A little bit of blue, and of course, white for USA. Red, white, and blue. Here we go. Canada. All right, Canada, I got you added. Do not worry. All right, here we go. All right, Fiji. All right, let's do a messy one for the World Cup. I got you. Messi. Here we go. What's up, Clay? Attack in the chat. Welcome back, man. All right, USA. There we go. Guys, I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game at 200 likes. So, if you want a chance to participate, you have to be subscribed. That will be at 200 likes. Here we go. Argentina coming up next. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, let me know the countries you want, but let me know that you're subscribed. I'm only taking requests from subscribers. We have so many requests. I'm going to try to get subscribers. So, if you want a chance, you have to be subscribed. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but you have a chance if you're subscribed. Only if you're subscribed, you have a chance. All right, Argentina, let's go. Let's go a little bit of yellow with some blue. All right, here we go. Argentina. Let's get some white in there, too. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, let's take a look. Argentina. There you go. All right, next up is going to be France. France, you had a brutal day today. I am so sorry. It was a great game though. France lost in the World Cup, but they had a good year. They had a good run. All right, here we go. Guys, in 2 likes, we are going to play our 3 likes, our lucky subscriber spin our game. So you have to be subscribed to participate if you want to play. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, there you go, France. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. All right, coming up next is going to be Japan. All right, guys, we just hit 200 likes. So after I do Japan, I'm going to go in the comment section, and I'm going to choose 1 lucky subscriber. So all you have to do is say that you subscribed and then your name. So make sure you subscribe and do that, and I'm going to choose 1 person after I finish Japan. And then we're going to do another one at 250 likes. So do not worry. If you do not win this one, you have another chance. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're going to add a couple more colors in here, and then we're going to go check. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. Japan. There you go. There you go. All right, let me look in the comment section right now. Here we go. All right, Cash. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. All right, do not worry. We have another chance at 250 likes. We will choose another lucky subscriber. All right, here we go, Cash. Here we go. All right, we'll do some black with some red, and we'll throw a little bit of white. All right, here we go. Next up is going to be Canada. All right, guys, at 250 likes, we will do another lucky subscriber spin art game. So if you want to participate, you have to be subscribed. But Cash, you are our winner. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Canada coming up next. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's do black and red for Canada. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let me get some more countries in here. You have to be subscribed for me to read your chat. So all you have to do is say, I subscribed, and then your country name. All right, Papua New Guinea. All right, I got you added. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I got you added. All right, Brazil. You didn't let me know if you're subscribed. So I cannot do Brazil. All right, Canada. There you go. There you go. All right, Fiji. All right, here we go. Here we go. You subscribed to Brazil. All right, Brazil. I can get yours going then. Here we go. Let me get you added to the list. Brazil. All right. I saw USA, Australia. All right. Let me get both of those added real quick. USA, Australia. All right. Thank you both for being subscribers. All right. England. All right. Next up is going to be Messi. We are doing a special spin art for Messi. Here we go. Here we go. Fiji. There you are. Awesome. 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 Here we go. Messi coming up right now. Let's go. All right, let's get the yellow and the blue going for Messi. Here we go. Papua New Guinea, I got you. You are in line. Do not worry. I got you. I got you. Got at 250 likes. We're going to play our lucky subscriber spin art game. So if you want a chance to win, you have to be subscribed. Right now, I'm only taking requests from subscribers. So if you want a chance for your country to be done, make sure you're a subscriber. All right, Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I got you added. All right, here we go. Here we go. Belgium, I got you. Here we go. All right, Belgium, you have been added to the line. Let's go, Belgium. All right. Here we go. Messi, there you go. If you want a chance for your spin art to be done, you have to be subscribed. So you gotta let me know you're subscribed and then your country. So, here we go. We're gonna play our lucky subscriber spin art game at 250 likes. You have to be subscribed if you want a chance to participate. All right, here we go. Germany, thank you so much for subscribing. All right, I got Germany added. I'm getting Iceland added. All right, here we go. Gotta fix Germany. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, next up is Papua New Guinea. All right, USA. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right, Papua New Guinea. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Let's get a little bit of pink in there with that orange and a little bit of blue. Alright, Papua New Guinea. Let's get this one spinning. Here we go, here we go. Alright, I got you. I'm not going to write the whole thing, but alright, Philly. Alright, I got you with Philly. Do not worry, you are added to the line. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Oh, you subscribed. I got you, Nigeria. Guys, remember, if you want a chance for your chat to be read, make sure you let me know if you're a subscriber or not. I am only going to read chats from subscribers. We have too many chats. Alright, Papua New Guinea. Here we go. Alright, guys. We're going to do a lucky subscriber spin art at 250 likes. That will be our lucky subscriber spin art game. So, if you want to participate in the game, you have to be subscribed. Here we go. Let's get that one spinning. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Here we go. Oh my goodness. That one's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. You subscribed. You want Canada. Let me get Canada out of the list real quick. Alright. Let's get USA started, and then we'll get Canada added. Red, white, and blue. Here we go. Let's get that one spinning. Alright. Let me add Canada. Here we go. Alright. Canada. Just added. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. You subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, Belgium. Alright, here we go, here we go. England. Alright, Oklahoma. Alright, all those have been added. Next up is going to be Australia. Guys, we just hit 250 likes. That means I'm choosing one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spinner game. So all you have to do is comment right now that you subscribed and your name. And I will choose one of you from the comment section right after we finish Australia, right here. So, comment right now, guys. If you do not win, we're going to do another one at 300 likes. So, do not worry if you do not win. You will have another chance. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's get that one spinning. And then we're going to do a little bit of pink in the middle for that pink lake that they got in Australia. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get that one spinning. All right. Here we go. Australia. There you are. Awesome, guys. I'm going to choose that lucky subscriber right now. So, I'm going to go read the chat. Here we go. Here we go. Remember, you have to say that you subscribed, and you have to say your name. And I'm doing one lucky subscriber right now. And then we're going to do another one at 300 likes. So, do not worry if you don't win this one. And let me go in the chat right now. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Jerry. Oh, my goodness, Jerry. Thank you so much for being a subscriber, guys. At 300 likes. We are going to do another lucky subscriber spin art. Right now, Jerry has won. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much, Jerry. Here we go. All right. Let's get that one spinning. Next up is going to be England. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Guys, we are going to be doing countries again. So, make sure you let me know your name, and if you're, not your name, your country, and if you're subscribed, Jerry. There you go. There you go. All right, England coming up right now. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. England. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of red with white. Come on now. All right. All right. Here we go. You want Zealand, New Zealand. I got you. Let's go. All right, England. There you go. There you go. All right, Scotland coming up right now. Let's go, Scotland. All right, let's get a little bit of yellow with some blue. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. Here we go, Scotland. There you are. Awesome. All right, next up is going to be Saudi Arabia. Let's get that one spinning for Saudi Arabia. Let's get some green in there with some yellow and some white. Here we go. Here we go. Get that one spinning. Let's let that one spin. Here we go. All right. USA, you subscribed. Thank you so much. All right. I got you added. USA. Thank you so much. All right. Let's take a look. All right. Saudi Arabia. There you are. Guys, at 300 likes, we're going to play our lucky subscriber spin art game. And I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our game. So that will be at 300 likes. So, if you want a chance to win, you have to be subscribed. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're going to add Morocco. All right, got Morocco added. Next up is going to be Iceland. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Belgium. There you go. All right, Iceland coming up. I think we're going to have to do a couple blues for this one because I got the glaciers. We're going to do a little bit of light blue, a little bit of dark blue. All right, we'll let that one spin. Here we go. Here we go. All right. England. All right. Here we go. Norway. All right. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Okay, come on now. I'm going to add Netherlands real quick because I know Netherlands is in here and they're subscribed. So you have to let me know if you're subscribed. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look. Iceland. There you are. There you are. All right. Germany. Come on now. Hey, I see a chat about being a moderator. We are going to choose new moderators at 50,000 subscribers. Until then, we are not choosing any new moderators. I just want to let you guys know. All right, here we go. Germany, Germany, there you go. All right, here we go, here we go. Philadelphia coming up right now. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of green with some white. Come on now, Philly. All right, you subscribed. You want Portugal. All right, I got you, Portugal. And you want Uruguay. All right. All right, I got both you guys added. Here we go, here we go. Next up will be Nigeria. Here we go. All right, Philly. There you go, there you go. All right, Nigeria coming up right now. Let's go. Let's get a little bit of green, a little bit of black, and red. There we go, there we go. I hope you enjoy Nigeria. Here we go, here we go. You subscribed. You want Florida. All right, we can get Florida added. Thank you so much, Florida, for being subscribed. I got you added to the line. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, Nigeria, there you are. Awesome. Coming up next is going to be Canada. All right, here we go. Canada. Let's do a red, black, and some white. Here we go, Canada. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. You subscribed. You want Alaska. All right, I got you, Alaska. You know what? Alaska has just skipped the line. Thank you so much, Alaska. You have skipped the line. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Canada. There you go. Awesome, Alaska. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Let's do a little bit of blue with a little bit of dark blue with some white. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. USA, you subscribed. Thank you so much, USA. You have been added to the line. Do not worry. And we'll do another USA and we'll stick in the middle of the line because we got a couple requests for USA. Here we go. Awesome, guys. Let's take a look at Alaska. All right, Alaska, there you are. I hope you enjoy. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Oklahoma coming up. Guys, soon we're going to be playing our Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game. So if you want to participate in the game and a chance to win a spin art with your name, you have to be subscribed. All right, we're going to be playing that game here very soon. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Oklahoma. There you go. There you go. All right, coming up next is going to be England. Let's go, England. All right, let's do red and white. Here we go. Awesome. Here we go. Red and white. We'll throw a little black in the middle. There we go. All right, guys, we're going to choose one lucky subscriber right now. So I'm going to do it after Belgium. So all you have to do is comment that you subscribed and your name. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, England. There you go. All right, guys, don't worry. If you do not win this one, we're going to do another one at 350 likes. So do not worry. All right, I'm going to check the chat right after we do this one right here. Let's go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go. Awesome. I see the chat's coming in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Belgium. All right, guys, we're going to choose another one at 350 likes right now. Our winner is Olivia. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. All right, I got you added. Do not worry. All right, we're going to do another one at 350 likes. So, don't worry. If you didn't win, just make sure you're subscribed so you can play again. Now we're back to country, so you got to be a subscriber if you want your country done. If you want a chance for your country to be done, you have to be a subscriber. All right, France. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I got you added. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at this for Olivia. Olivia, there you go. There you go. I hope you enjoy. All right, coming up next is New Zealand. All right, New Zealand. Let's do a little bit of red with some blue. All right, here we go. Here we go. New Zealand coming up right now. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Guys, if you send a super chat let me know, and you will skip the line, and I will do your name. All right. Or if you send a gift. All right. New Zealand. There we go. There we go. All right. Coming up next is USA. All right. Red, white, and blue. Let's go. All right. Red, white, and blue. Let's go. All right. Here we go. All right. We'll get this one spinning. Let's go. Let's go. All right. USA. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Morocco coming up right now. All right. Let's do a red, yellow, and white. All right, Morocco. Let's get that one spinning. Next up is going to be a Norway. Here we go. Thank you for being a subscriber. I got Mexico added. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. You subscribed. You want Congo. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I got you. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. Morocco. There we are. There we are. Awesome. Coming up next is going to be a Norway. All right, guys. Here we go. You know what? I see one for Spain. They subscribed. I got you, Spain. Congratulations on the win today. I will put Spain World Cup Finals on the bottom. Congratulations, Spain. Congratulations. You have skipped the line because you guys won today. Then we will be doing Netherlands after Spain. All right, Norway. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. We're going to do our lucky subscriber spin art game at 350 likes. One lucky subscriber will have a chance to win. So you have to be subscribed to participate. Let's go. All right, let's get Spain going. All right, here we go. Here we go. You subscribed, Indonesia. All right, I will get you added. All right, Indonesia, I got you added right now. All right, I'm going to do another game. I'm going to choose one of you guys. So let me know how many subscribers I currently have, and I will choose one of you that lets me know for a lucky subscriber spinner. All right, here we go. Here we go. Spain. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right, Netherlands. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's do a little bit of blue with some red. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Netherlands, there you are. All right, England, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Burrow said it. All right, Burrow. I got you, Burrow. All right, let's do a special spin art for Burrow. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome, guys. England, there you are. There you are. Awesome, Burrow. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of pink with some blue. All right, Burrow. Here we go. Next up is going to be Portugal. I know we got some fans in here for Portugal, so let's go. All right, come on now. All right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Burrow. There you go. There you go. All right, I'm going to do one for a gamer known as Josh. Gamer Josh. Cuss. All right, here we go. Gamer Josh, thank you so much. All right, what is the correct number? Is it 23.2? Thank you, Gamer Josh. Here we go. All right, Josh, thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you so much for being accurate. All right, Gamer Josh, here we go. Here we go. Gamer Josh, there you go. There you go. All right, 350 likes. We're going to choose a lucky subscriber for Lucky Subscriber Spin Art in our Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game. You have to be subscribed, and I will let you know the rules. But if you're not subscribed, you can't play. Simple as that. All right, let's get that one spinning. All right. I see some requests for countries, but you're not letting me know if you're subscribed. So I cannot choose your country. All right. There you go. All right. Brazil, you didn't let me know if you're subscribed. All right. USA coming up right now. Let's go. All right. Red, white, and blue. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's get that one spinning. Next up is going to be Uruguay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Here we go. All right. USA. There we are. There we are. All right. Next up is going to be Uruguay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's do a little bit of blue with some yellow and We'll throw in a little bit of pink in there one. Here we go. Here we go. All right, you subscribed. You want South Africa. I got you. Thank you so much, South Africa, for being a subscriber. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get South Africa added to the line. Here we go. All right. Briggs, I don't think you did a super chat. I would have seen it. Can someone confirm if Briggs did a super chat? I do not see it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Uruguay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. World Cup trophy. I'll get you added. All right, here we go. Here we go. World Cup trophy. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got you added to the line. Do not worry. Here we go. Awesome, guys. All right, Florida. There you are. There you are. All right, next up is going to be a USA. Let's go, let's go. All right. All right, guys. Hold up. We're going to change this up. Let's go. We are going to choose one lucky subscriber right now for our 350 likes. We're going to choose them right now. So, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go and choose you guys right now. Let's go. Braden, you are our lucky subscriber. Thank you, Braden. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, guys, I think we should change it up. USA. Guys, if you're a subscriber, put it in the chat right now. And I am going to be doing names right now. So let's start doing names for subscribers. Let me know your name. And if you're a subscriber, let's start doing it. If you want to skip the line, send a gift or super chat, and you will skip the line. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Braden, there you are. There you are. Here we go. Here we go. All right. What's up, Marcus? Thank you, Marcus, for subscribing. I got you, Marcus. Let's get your spinner going. Here we go, Marcus. All right. Here we go. All right. Marcus. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Dylan. Let's get you added. Thank you, Dylan, for being a subscriber. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Antoine, thank you for being a subscriber, Antoine. I got you added for spin art. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, Marcus, there you go. Alright, Dylan. Alright, guys, let's go back to countries. I changed my mind. Let's go back to countries. At 400 likes, we'll do another one for a lucky fan. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, Dylan, there you go, there you go. Alright. Here we go, Antoine. Alright, alright. Alright, let's get that one spinning. Here we go, guys, here we go. Alright, alright, here we go, here we go. Alright. Antoine, thank you for being a subscriber, Antoine. All right, next up is going to be France. Let's go. I'm so sorry about the World Cup today, but we still love France. Do not worry. All right, let's do a red and a white for France. R.I.P. That's all right. All right, guys, countries. You got to let me know if you're a subscriber. So, here we go. Here we go. France. There you go. There you go. All right, next up, Scotland. Let me know if you're a subscriber, and if you are, I can do Scotland. Do not worry. Alright, of course, happy to do it. Alright, Mexico, let's do green, white, and red. Here we go, here we go. Alright, Mexico. Let's get it spinning. Here we go, here we go. Alright, here we go. You sub, you want Argentina. I got you. Argentina. Alright, Scotland. You are a subscriber. I got you, Scotland. Here we go, Scotland. You skipped the line. Thank you so much. Alright, here we go, here we go. Alright. Mexico. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Next up is going to be a Scotland. Let's go, Scotland. Alright, let's do a little bit of blue with some yellow for Scotland. Alright, let's get that one spinning. Come on now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, get that one spinning. Come on now. Alright, alright. Guys, do you guys want shout outs? What do we want? Tell me what you want in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Alright, guys, hold up. Let's see this one real quick. Let's see this one real quick, guys. All right, let's see this one. All right, Scotland. There you go. There you go. I hope you enjoy it. He did not do a super chat. Correct. All right, guys, I'm going to do shout out. So if you send a gift or a super chat, I will shout your name. So let me know your name or I will shout out your handle. So let's see. Let's see. All right, guys, come on. If you guys want a shout out, do a gift or super chat, and I got you guys. If you don't, no worries at all. But giving you guys the opportunity. All right, you just joined my membership. Thank you so much for joining the membership. Here we go. Thank you so much. All right. I will give shout outs for people that donate gifts or super chats. All right. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. You're finished so fast. Who said I was finished? I was wiping that one up. Gotta change out the tape. Here we go. Here we go. You sent a gift? I don't think you did. All right. Hold up. He didn't. I know he didn't do a super chat. It's okay. You don't have to tell me. All right. What's up, Josh? All right. Hold up. Hold up. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Hold up. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it is not sticking on there. Here we go. I will give shout outs if whoever sends a gift or super chat will get a shout out. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Briggs just joined. Thanks, Briggs. All right. Congo. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Who just sent something? I don't know who just sent something. Hold up. Let's see. Someone just sent something. I got to give him a shout out. Who was it? Prince Timmy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much, Prince Timmy. Thank you so much, Prince Timmy. All right, guys, moderators, if you see super chats come in or gifts and I miss it, please tell me because I want to thank every single person that does it. So, thank you, Prince Timmy. All right, Prince Timmy is amazing. Thank you so much. All right, let's get the spinner going. Let me put my phone back up. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Awesome, Prince Timmy. Here we go. All right, can you guys see that okay? I think you guys can. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, Congo, we need some more paint on there. Let's get this one going. Come on now. All right, Congo. All right, gotta wipe this one real quick. Oh my goodness, it is going still. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Congo. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get the one spinning for Congo. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Here we go, guys. Let's go. All right. Congo. There we go. There we go. Awesome, Congo. I hope you enjoy. All right. Next up is going to be Indonesia. Here we go. All right, Indonesia coming up right now. Let's go, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, guys, remember I'm giving shout outs if you send a gift or a super chat, and my moderator is going to help me know. Hey, all right, here we go, here we go. Awesome. All right. Indonesia, there you go, there you go. All right, coming up next is South Africa. Let's go. All right. All right, here we go. South Africa. I see one for Canada in there. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Hey, Tiny Bean, you know what? If you show up to 2 more live streams, I will give you moderator. 2 more. I will do a special one for Tiny Bean. 2 more. All right. Here we go. Here we go. South Africa. There we are. All right. Next up is the World Cup trophy. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Argentina. What else are we going to do? Here we go. Here we go. All right. World Cup trophy with the World Cup trophy colors. There you go. Awesome, guys. Make sure if you guys have not subscribed, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. At 400 likes, we're going to play our lucky subscriber spin art game. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to participate. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome, guys. What is up? How's it going? All right, Canada. I'll get you added real quick, Canada. Here we go. All right, Canada. I got you. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Argentina. There you go. There you go. All right, let's do Canada real quick. Oh my gosh, it's a mess. You guys can see like a whole mess going on here. Hold up. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Throw those over there. I want you guys to see that. Here we go, Canada. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Trying to read the chats. Here we go. All right. Red and black. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Canada. I hope you enjoy. There you go. There you go. All right. Next up, we're going to do a USA one. Let's get it written down right now. Here we go. And then we'll do Portugal because Portugal just subscribed. Thank you so much, Portugal. All right, guys. Guys, I'm going to do our 400 like spin art game right now. So make sure that you comment your name and if you subscribed, I'm going to do it. All right. You got to say your name and if you subscribed. That's all you got to do. All right. Put in the chat. One of you guys. Here we go. I'm going to choose it right after we do Portugal. USA. There we go. Portugal. Coming up right after Portugal. I'm coming to the chat. Let's go. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to do Monty Timmy just because he sent a super chat. And I did say I would do it for people for a super chat. So, Monty Timmy, I will do one for you, and then I will choose a subscriber. All right, Portugal. Monty Timmy, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate it. All right. Monty Timmy, here we go. All right, and then our, let's see. My next subscriber that we're going to do is, let's see. Ranger Danger. We're going to write Ranger Danger. Thank you, Ranger Danger. All right, here we go. Here we go. Monty Timmy. There we go. Actually, we're still going to choose one more subscriber. So, hold up. I'm going to go back in the chat. So, keep it going. There we go. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hold up. I'm looking for a name to do the spinner. So, hold up. Hold up. All right. You got to let me know if you're a subscriber, Tyler. I don't know if you're a subscriber. Got to let me know. All right. Here we go. Ranger Danger. There you are. There you are. All right. We will do one for Tyler. Thank you, Tyler, for being a subscriber. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Tyler. All right, guys. If you want a shout out, I will give verbal shout outs for anyone that sends a gift or super chat. So, you want a shout out? Send a gift or super chat, and I got you. Yes, turn on notifications, Tiny Bean, and then you won't miss any of the live streams. So, make sure you're turning on notifications. Here we go. Here we go. Tyler. There you are, my guy. There you go. Awesome. All right, guys. So, if you want a shout out, give a super chat or a gift, and I will give a shout out. So, here we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It was a great stream. I will see you guys later.